Hello, my name is Ada Mendoza, and today I will be displaying the difference between our new code for the cell shading function and the original code from the textbook. So first I will display the program here working, so I'll rerun it really quick. And as we can see here, we have our ball. Our faces are not defined by the outline function, and we also added the barrier around the sphere.obj that's displayed to give off a cell shading effect. So back to the code. So the first difference between our code and the original code is over here in our setup lighting method right here. So in the previous code, the light and material setup methods, they were defined separately, but the material was only applied in the setup material method, while the light setup, the diffusion, etc., it was handled in setup lighting. In the current code, there's a more thorough handling of the light and material properties. The setup material method, which is showed down here, it's responsible for setting both the ambient and diffuse material properties, whereas the lighting setup is expanded to include specular light and the correct assignment of the GL_light0 parameters. This setup affects how the cell shaded lighting will then appear. Our next difference is in our shading model, which is defined here in the render model function. So in the previous code, the cell shading, it was applied directly by quantizing the diffused light intensity and by setting the color. But now, in our previous setup material method, it also sets the material properties for smooth shading using GL, let me go up to it, using GL shade model underscore smooth. But the model rendering, it also emphasizes the use of smooth shading, and lighting is better integrated into that process. This then makes sure that the rendering looks smoother and more realistic as opposed to the lighting method before that relied on faces and now relies on vertexes. And our next difference is in our render outline method. So in the previous code, the render outline method, it applied to a slight scale to the model for drawing an outline around each individual face, giving it that net looking display. So in the current code, the render outline method, it remains similar, but the outline rendering in GL scales F method has been adjusted for a better outline and thickness. So it only draws around the outside of the circle, which then gives us that cell shading effect.